appreciate that by inviting the First Five Executive Director, Tammy Graham, and her team to come down and join me along with my colleagues out front here.
Colleagues, if you don't mind, join Supervisor Washington.
This important recognition today celebrates the 25th anniversary of First Five Riverside County, and I cannot be more proud of what we do in this county, and especially what we do on behalf of children, young children. It used to be preschool, right? When they started at 5 in kindergarten. Now they're starting TK earlier, but we still are very concerned and caring. I want to embrace that 0 to 5 age group, and that happens through First Five. I'm celebrating, or just past celebration of 10 years here, and I will never forget the day that I came to be sworn in 2015. I brought my wife and my daughter, who was pregnant at the time, and my 2-year-old granddaughter. She turns 13 in a couple of weeks. The pregnancy just will turn 10 this coming Monday, and then there was another one along the way. I mention all of this because what that gave me and provided me with was an opportunity to watch early childhood development and see the needs of young children and better understand what we at the county need to be doing on behalf of those children. In that 25 years, First Five has distributed over $530 million to serve 1.2 million children in Riverside County. That's impactful. And yet we know that still there are many children that go unserved. We just acknowledged that at a new facility we went to yesterday. But it's important to understand why we have to make this investment. 90% of a child's brain is developed by the age of 5. And so it's important that rather than leave it to chance, that we do everything we can to make an investment in their future, because an investment in their future is an investment in our future. Many of those children will stay right here in Riverside County. So congratulations. I'm going to hand the mic to my colleagues, see if they would like to add something before we hand out the product. They don't know anything about children.
Thank you. So I mentioned this to my staff the other day, and I thought it was really cute. So I'll bring it up to you all as well. I read in an article. The mother asked her child, who was graduating from kindergarten, "Who would you like to invite to your kindergarten graduation?" And staff said, "Well, maybe relatives or close friends, right? Maybe even a neighbor." But the child said, "My bus driver." And honestly, I remember my bus driver. I probably remember more, as you said, Supervisor Washington, what happened to me in my early years between maybe 3, 4 years old up until maybe 10, 15, than what I can remember now. I tend to forget things a little bit easier now. But nonetheless, though, I do remember my bus driver. I remember that bus driver. She was the first person I would see that was part of the school district that would always have a smile on her and would pick us up and take us to school. Those were the good old days. I don't know if buses still exist anymore, but I just wanted to bring that up because obviously First Five has something to do with the fact that we're talking about our young children, and I really do appreciate what we're trying to do here, and I appreciate Supervisor Washington for bringing this forward, and Tammy and your staff for all the good work you've done on behalf of First Five. Um, Obviously, we need to do everything we can to educate our children and bring literacy at a younger age to our kids. And why not start at 4, at 3 even? But, First Five is what it is today. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Washington. As a former educator, um, a former kindergarten teacher, um, a few weeks back, Supervisor Pettis asked us if we remembered our kindergarten teacher, and I had no difficulty remembering the name of my kindergarten teacher. But as a former kindergarten teacher, as a father, a grandfather, I very much realize the importance of First Five and how important that is to the development of our young people and their success, their future success in high school. So I joined Supervisor Washington and my colleagues in congratulating you, all the folks from First Five, for the great work you do.
Wasn't going to say anything, but now I'm going to just mention some comments. Yeah, I'm compelled. Yeah, I was also an educator as well, and I just want to let you know that to the public and to everyone, thank you so much for all that you do for First Five. Early childhood education is extremely important, especially as we teach our kids social-emotional learning. That's really where we have to really start at that very young age to help prevent a lot of issues that happen, the elementary, middle, high school, and then adulthood. So I just thank First Five for really taking the initiative of working with many of our providers to build more spaces and more spots for our children. So thank you and congratulations. Thank you.
When we talk about building those spaces, we're also building that confidence. And with working with our youth, and Tammy, I appreciate all that you've done with adding more child care facilities, critically important. There's families that don't have that ability to have a safe place for our children to go, a place they can afford, a place where a child can get the resources. And that's our job, is to make sure we give every opportunity each of our children in our county. And if they fall through the cracks, that will jumpstart the rest of their life. We need to make sure we give their resources, the opportunities, give that safety feeling to make their lives on that first foot forward much more successful. So each and every one of you who have a hand in it, I know Tanya's shaking her head back there, you have a hand in working with our youth. What she does. And being a mom, you guys are all dads, I'm a mom, and mom, a grandma, all the fun things that you get to watch your. I will not repeat what he just said. But thank you for all of you. And if you're not stepping up, take the opportunity. Just something small in the big scheme of things is a big difference for a child's life.
I'm going to walk it back down to Tammy. But there are a couple of things that I want to express how honored I feel and humbled to serve as the chair of the First Five Commission, but to also early on, and this is through the eyes of a grandparent, but to recognize the importance of pool safety and swim safety, and to bring a concept to First Five, what now, 8 years ago probably, that has flourished, blossomed into something that's actually saving lives. And that could not have happened without First Five. So I'd love to hand the mic to our Executive Director, Tammy Graham.
Thank you so much, supervisors. I am thankful for this recognition today. First Five being around 25 years, the voters actually passed Prop 10 back in 1998, and the board that existed back then created First Five. A few years back, this board, most of you, created First Five as a department of the county. So we've been able to expand services and supports to children of all ages. So I want to thank you. I want to recognize my team here for all the work that they do every day. And I hope that many of you will join us at our 25th anniversary out in Pachanga on June 18th. You'll hear a lot more details about our accomplishments. You'll hear from a demographer from USC who's going to tell us even more about why we need to invest in kids today, so they'll be able to take care of all of us as we age, right? Somebody has to take care of all of us. So thank you so much. Drowning prevention. Tomorrow there'll be a public information event happening out in Corona, Norco at one of our partner agencies at the Y. If you have an opportunity to come out and participate in that to learn more about water safety and the investments that we have going on in the county. We're so thankful for all our partners. We now have a partner in every district for providing swim lessons to kids who otherwise couldn't afford it. And so keep your eyes on those little ones. Thank you, supervisors.
And then how about if we just come on down here and we'll get a group shot?